Imagine a world where honor, fear, tradition, and ruthless discipline intertwine into one. This is the world of the Yakuza, Japan's notorious mafia, an organization that has survived for centuries under its own laws. Many in the West picture the Yakuza as stylish gangsters in sharp suits, covered in tattoos, following a noble samurai code of honor. But the reality is far darker, far harsher, and far less romantic. If you've ever wondered what it takes to enter this underworld, today we are going to explore what you would need to know before even thinking about becoming part of the Yakuza. This is not an invitation or a manual. It is a journey into a reality most people would never dare to imagine. The first thing you need to know is that the Yakuza is not just a criminal organization. It is an institution in Japan, a parallel society with its own strict hierarchy, traditions, and rules of life. These rules combine the spirit of ancient samurai with the brutality of the modern underworld. To even consider entering this life, you must first understand its foundation. Every Yakuza clan functions like a family. At the top sits the Oyabun, the boss, the father figure, whose word is absolute law. Beneath him are his trusted lieutenants who enforce his orders and control the lower ranks. And at the bottom are the soldiers, the ones who do the daily work. Your place is not determined by ambition or personal dreams, but by loyalty and obedience. The first lesson is simple. There is no room for individuality. You are no longer yourself. You become part of a machine that demands absolute loyalty. The second truth is that the Yakuza live by a strict code. At the heart of it lies the balance between giri and ninjo. Giri means duty, your obligation to the clan. Ninjo means human emotion, your personal feelings. In the world of the Yakuza, duty always comes before feelings. If your Oyabun commands you to sacrifice yourself for the clan, you do it without hesitation. To them, family comes above all else, even above your own life. Then there is yubitsume, one of the darkest traditions. If you fail, disobey, or betray, you are forced to cut off part of your finger as a way of showing remorse. This practice comes from samurai times, when losing a finger weakened your ability to grip a sword, making you more dependent on your lord. In modern Yakuza, it is a brutal reminder that your body, your time, and your freedom no longer belong to the clan. For outsiders, this seems barbaric. Inside the Yakuza, it is simply part of life. Equally important is the art of itazumi, full-body tattoos made with traditional hand tools. These tattoos are not fashion statements. They are symbols of pain, loyalty, and endurance. Each design tells a story of who you are within the Yakuza. Dragons, koi fish, tigers, each image carries a meaning, and the process itself is agonizing, done over years of work. But once marked, you can never escape it. In Japanese society, tattoos are still heavily stigmatized. Many gyms, pools, and public baths will refuse you entry if they see your ink. The tattoos become both a badge of pride and a prison for life. But the Yakuza is not only about rituals, it is also about business. Unlike chaotic street gangs, the Yakuza operates like a corporation. They control illegal gambling, prostitution, and drug trafficking, but they also run legitimate enterprises in construction, finance, entertainment, and real estate. Their influence reaches far beyond dark alleys. For decades, the Yakuza had deep ties with politicians and businesses. They were seen as a shadowy extension of Japanese society itself. And if you join, you accept that your life will forever be entangled with crime, money laundering, extortion, and corruption. Does that sound glamorous? It's not, because every mistake is punished. Every betrayal ends in blood. If suspicion falls on you, there is rarely a second chance. Either you sacrifice part of yourself, or you lose everything. In modern Japan, the government has declared open war on the Yakuza. Laws are designed to choke them out of society. Banks refuse their accounts. Landlords refuse to rent to them. Contracts cannot be signed in their name. And where once ordinary people respected them for a twisted sense of honor, now they are increasingly despised and excluded. So, if you ever thought about joining the Yakuza, here is what you must know. First, you will never live a normal life again. Second, your body, your time, and your freedom are no longer yours. Third, you will forever be hunted by both the law and society. And most importantly, the romantic image of the gangster life is nothing but an illusion. The reality is fear, pain, and submission. Even today, in a world of high technology, the Yakuza survives. They adapt, moving into cybercrime, cryptocurrency schemes, and global networks. But the heart of the organization remains the same: absolute loyalty, brutal discipline, and an unbreakable chain of command. If you are fascinated by this world, remember, it is not a movie, not a game, not a legend. It is a one-way path. Once you take the first step, you can never return. And perhaps the greatest wisdom to take away is this: it is better to understand their rules from the outside than to live by them from the inside. Because true strength does not come from surrendering your life to someone else's law. It comes from building your own.